About me, I am a 17-year-old from America, specifically from Texas. I've been playing Minecraft for like 82% of my life. I did the math. It started when I was like 3, and I'm 17 now. 82% of my life, if like you were to just do rigid years. I've come to really love civilization events. I mean, I started out just watching them on YouTube. It's like the Ish 1000 and the Ish Rich and Poor 1000. Those like very good masterpieces, and they made me fall in love with civ events and like the way that so many players could be on one single world. It was like an SMP on steroids, and I loved SMP. SMP gameplay, like I loved playing Minecraft with people, and just being it was like a juiced up SMP. Like, damn, like what could be better than that? Um, I actually joined the Skiplo 2000 as my first Civ event because, well, I saw the Joyful video, and then Skiplo made like a response, or at least it was supposed to be a response to the Joyful video, and his was the 2000, the Skiplo 2000. It didn't end up solving. It was not really a problem to be solved, but like a question. But like, it didn't really end up addressing the question because of the way that it well, I mean, they just couldn't use the plugins that they wanted to, and a lot of people didn't show up. So it didn't end up being on the scale, nor did it end up using the plugins. And it ended up being kind of scripted in the end because of like some problems. So that was a big problem. I played these events to socialize, meet people. I mean, usually I'm really shy, but whenever I'm on these civ events, I am the most talkative person around. Usually, it's really nice being on here. It's such a great opportunity to meet new people and have fun. What do I plan on doing? I'm a natural leader for some reason in these events. Like I even when I try not to be, I end up being a leader for some reason. I tried to be like a control freak in Skipolo, and then after that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna cool it. I'm gonna be normal. So I decided to try and be normal in the survival state event. Didn't really turn out how I thought it would. I literally was promoted from the lowest rank in my country in like the army all the way up to King's Hand, and then the king died, and then I became king, and like that was like a 2 day, 2 session transition, and it's like I'm destined for leadership. So I decided I'm gonna put my knack for leading towards creating my own town or maybe even a city state. The idea is I paid attention to like the plugins I read up on the wiki, and I saw exactly how the plugins are, and the stamina, which I don't see it as like a oh I hate the stamina system, but like I wanna combat it. Like I want to take it as a challenge. My goal is to create a large, efficient breadbasket kingdom that would like supply bread and like food all the way to other countries, just like exporting food like crazy. In order to like help combat the stamina system, in order to help like builders build more, because building is going to be hindered a lot in this event, especially if there's no build days. I mean, there might be build days, but I haven't really figured out if there were or not. Um, and the idea is just to create like a large, efficient, cohesive city-state kingdom that focuses on like resource production. Very big on farming. I want to generate stuff in order to help like empower builders, and not even my own builders. Just other builders. I do like the idea of maybe like creating like farming lots of like glass bottles, and then like being like the Red Cross. Like we become the neutral group that goes into wars and like heals both sides. I really like the idea of that. I don't know how that would work in theory, but like I do like that as like another side thing that I could probably do with this country. Like we could be the neutral guys to help everyone out, especially since we'd already be starting off from the breadbasket position. I mean, there is always that chance that I just die on day one or day two. Like, I mean, that's a possibility. That I just get like mud clips from the skip low. Ooh, he had plans, bro. And then just die in the middle of the woods to like an assassination attempt. That would suck, but it is what it is. If that's what happens, that happens. But I would really like to, pull off my plans. Um, Out of the options of a builder, a resource gatherer, a fighter, a leader, or anything else, what would I choose and why? I would choose a mix of resource gatherer and leader. These are the two things I typically do in civilization events. I grind for my people and I lead them on not on the side, but just like half and half. It, uh, the grinding helps to make an example of what the people should be doing, and it helps show your legitimacy. Helps show your legitimacy as a leader. It helps show that you care. Um, in the survival state event, I like grinded 4 stacks of golden apples personally for my kingdom. We ended up dying in the big battle at the end, but that's just because it was scripted that all the humans would kind of die. Um, so there's that. You know, yeah. So resource gatherer and leader. Anything extra I want to add? Well, I already said this earlier, but like I want to fight the plugins of this event head on, but like not in like a ooh, I want to complain about it to the mods. Nah, I want to take it as a challenge. This country I intend to make's whole goal is to help combat the stamina system, but I want to do it in like in a cooperative way. Like creating a nation with like a large farming and orderly workforce. There's always that, as I said, there's always that chance that I just die on day one or two to like a bandit. But I hope to make a positive impact in the way I help others in this event. Thank you for listening to me. I am Bazzable, and I hope to see you and others in the joyful event.